Blurred Justice is a documentary of a single man's traffic incident produced in a real-time, candid fashion. It reveals back-and-forth confrontation with local police of a questionable view of the law. The director's intention is to show a civic lesson that challenges our present-day understanding and distinction of local and national laws. Are there constitutional facts hidden in history, shuffled in the law? Facts that are crushing contemporary justice? Our man is visiting his mother. He is down on his luck, and upon leaving he is stopped by the police. But with no driver's license, auto registration, or insurance, will this man have the upper hand? His knowledgeable use of the United States Constitution may bear regulations that have been whitewashed by the system over decades of unwarranted and selected revision. That means he may have a courthouse full of things to say that we all need to hear. Is he successful in out-talking the police? If so, it could be the start of a revolution of new thinking that returns our citizens to the freedoms that this country was so rightly endowed with. One man's justice could be another man's salvation.
I'm an American, damn it! I need to see this!
Blurred Justice, one man's protection against the powers that be. Go see it now and bring your Constitution.
I'm an American, damn it!
They don't need to do this, don't need to do that, don't need to do this, don't need to do that. Listen, I completely understand that the sovereignty of this country has been compromised over time. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I'm going to film the rest of this. Can I get your name and your badge number?
Sure. My name's Officer Kohler with Lower Moreland Police.
Officer Kohler?
Badge number 207.
Officer Kohler with Lower Moreland Police.
Badge number 207.
Badge number 207.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Officer Kohler.
You're welcome.
Okay. You know that I'm videotaping this at this point?
I am very aware.
Okay. Now, you're telling me if I leave here from private property, okay, without my registration plate, that you're going to pull me over and arrest me? Is this what you're telling me?
I never said that. I said if you
Okay.
go on
Are
the
you
streets.
going to?
I said if you're going to go onto the streets with an unregistered vehicle, you are going to get pulled over for that. Yes.
Okay, and what would the
Okay.
reason being that I'm being pulled over for transporting myself in my vehicle from point A to
Because
point
you're
B?
on the roads.
I'm not working for commercial money or commercial dollars.
Okay, you're on the roads of this Commonwealth, supported by taxpayer dollars.
On public roads
on
of the
a vehicle
Commonwealth.
that needs to be
Are they
registered
public
of the
roads?
Commonwealth.
Are they public roads?
They are public roads supported by tax dollars for the maintaining.
Okay, so they are public roads.
Welsh Road is a
Okay.
PennDOT maintained roadway.
Okay, it's still a public road, public highway.
It's a public highway
Okay.
maintained by tax
I
dollars.
have a question for you. Is the turnpike, okay, interstate, is that a public highway or is that specifically owned?
That's specifically
By-
owned by
Okay, so that I would not be able to drive on without a registration plate?
that is maintained by PennDOT as well, and that falls underneath the color of the law for that.
The
Yes,
color
sir.
of the law. Could you explain the color of the law for me?
Sir, the law states that you need to have a registered vehicle in the state of Pennsylvania.
The color of law?
I don't make the law. I don't
Can you
write
explain the
law.
color of law?
I'm told to enforce the law, and I'm telling you right now that the registration of this
Can you ex-
vehicle needs to be affixed to the back of your vehicle while you're driving on a PennDOT taxpayer dollar supported road
Okay, under the color of law.
under the law,
Under the color of law, you said.
under the color of the law,
Under the color of the law.
under the
Okay.
fact that the law was written down by our legislators.
What is it? Come on, our phone, man. This video really sucks.
That's your phone.
I left it on the heat. I left it on the dashboard. The heater destroyed the thing. So you know what? You probably don't have too much to worry about at this point. Officer,
I'm not
can I
worried,
get your
sir.
name, please?
I'm Sergeant Stevens.
You're Sergeant Stevens.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
can I get your badge number, please?
127.
127. Okay. Do you have anything to say about this? About the situation here? Whether I'm allowed to drive on the road, or not drive on the road? Whether I'm allowed to transport myself on the road, from point A to point B without a state registration plate?
Well, you know, as Officer Kohler told you. That
I don't
you are-
know, but it's,
Okay,
you know.
well, since he explained to you, you are not to operate this vehicle without it being registered on a public roadway.
Okay, I'm to understand that according to the Constitution, okay, and the Supreme Court rulings, okay, that you're allowed to travel yourself in your own conveyance on the public roads from point A to point B,
Okay.
as long as you're not harming anybody, causing any trouble, anything like that.
That's-
Do you know anything about that?
What's your first name? I want to try to explain it to you.
My first name, you call me Private.
Private?
You call me Private for now, yes,
Why would you want me to call you private?
because I am private. I prefer to be a private citizen, a sovereign private citizen at this
Gotcha.
point.
Under Pennsylvania state law. Okay. Are you concerned about this?
Not at all.
Okay. Under Pennsylvania state law, they require that your vehicle is registered, insured, okay, and inspected.
Okay, the laws, okay, of 1871, okay, of the Republic, okay, of the United States, okay, state that you have the right to freedom of movement, okay, according to the Supreme Court rulings, to travel from point A to point B, okay, which being a sovereign citizen, okay, and actually being a law of the Congress enacted, okay, would trump any state law. Okay, so the laws of the United States trump the state laws. So if the laws of the United States say I have the right to use my own conveyance, my own horsepower, okay, to move from point A to point B because it's necessary in this country, okay, it would trump any state laws. So are you guys not studying up on that, or not getting that point of view?
Well, in Pennsylvania, you're governed by PA state laws.
Well, governed by PA state laws if I become a member of your organization, okay, or I actually acknowledge, okay, that I abide by the Pennsylvania laws, which I don't. I'm acknowledging, okay, that I'm abiding by the United States Constitution at this point, which trumps any of the state laws.
I'm wondering if maybe you can explain to me what you have to gain by not identifying yourself to us.
What I have to gain by not identifying myself, basically, I'm gonna plead the fifth because only it can only hurt me, okay? Because if I give you my name, okay, which is related to my social security number and my birth certificate, okay, and any information, okay, pertaining to that vehicle, okay, and or registrations or anything, okay, it's basically gonna harm me and basically absorb me into your corporation and make me acknowledge, okay, that I'm part of your corporation, which I don't wish to be, okay, and that would make me have to abide by the Pennsylvania state laws, okay. I wish to abide by the laws of the Constitution and the freedom of movement, okay, not the laws of Pennsylvania. Now, no, you know, I know you guys are doing a good job, okay, and everything,
sir, I
but there's
understand
crime out there that needs to be attended to,
I
and this is not a crime. What I'm doing is not a crime, okay? I'm being a sovereign private citizen, okay? I just want to be private, on my way, by myself, take care of myself, not hurt
Do you
anybody.
understand
I
that
just help
each
people.
state is governed under its own?
Each state's a corporation, okay? Each magisterial district, its
And
own
when you're in
corporation.
that
Each
state-
police department's its own corporation, okay? It's actually out of control, okay? And it's, in my eyes, it's becoming somewhat criminal.
That's right. I got to tell you, I'm not saying I disagree with you. Okay, I'm not saying I agree with you either.
So you're agreeing you're a
Is-
criminal, that you guys are basically...
The reality of it is that when you're in Pennsylvania, you have to abide by Pennsylvania state law. You know, if you go over the
Well,
river
am I not in the
New
United
Jersey-
States? Am I not in the United States of America?
You are.
Okay.
If you go over the river and you're in New Jersey, you have to abide.
Am I not in a...
New Jersey state law?
Well, wouldn't I abide by the United States Constitution in any state? Does the Constitution not hold up in any state? Isn't that all states that the Constitution would hold up in? Yes or no?
Well, the way that works.
You don't want to answer that because you're pleading the fifth on this. I understand.
You want to know what I want?
Is that what you're doing, pleading the fifth
wanna
on the
know
yes
what
or
I
no
want?
question?
Do you want to know what I want, sir?
Huh?
Do you want to know what I want?
I would love to know.
Okay. What I would like.
And I'm not
honestly-
being smart ass or nothing. We're still having a conversation.
Gotcha.
Learning conversations is not correct. Okay?
That's fine.
All right. We're all learning from this.
Listen, what I would like to accomplish is for us to identify you and for you to go on your way tonight. That is my concern. That's my only real concern here.
And if you guys would give me a handwritten letter.
Well, this
Okay.
is the thing. You're on private property at this point, okay? As far as the vehicle code violations are concerned, you know?
Null and void, correct? Okay.
So,
Null
but
as null and void on public roads.
we are conducting a official investigation.
You spoke to my mother who lives here, okay? You know what I'm doing here. You have citizens, okay, that actually live in the residence are saying I had permission to be here, okay, visiting, okay, not harming, committing any
Still
crime,
have to know
okay?
who we're having contact with.
You do not, okay? You're here for a specific reason that has been basically resolved, okay? Therefore, by giving you my name, if there was any other warrants or anything
It
out
hasn't
there,
been
it would bring
resolved
up.
until we are done identifying who we've spoken to.
That's not going to happen, and you do not have to identify me. By the law of the Constitution, I do not have to identify myself unless I'm committing a crime.
Not Jack the Ripper. How do we know that you're not Jack the Ripper?
Well, by reasonable conscience, I guess, that you talk to my mother who lives here, okay? Maybe she doesn't know
got a
that.
mother that lives somewhere.
So you're associating me with Jack the Ripper now.
I'm
Really?
giving you the
How do I know
opportunity to
you're
tell
not
me
Jack
your
the
name.
Ripper?
You don't?
I don't. Right. Okay.
But if I get stopped by the police, I give them my information and they let me go.
I don't. You know why?
And the reason
Because
they
if
let
I
me
was
go is
Jack the
because I'm not
Ripper,
Jack the Ripper.
if I was Jack the Ripper, okay, and I wasn't creating any crime, okay, you had no reason to pull me over, okay. Therefore, you have no reason to get any information from me, okay. This is harassment, okay, of the general public and of people. To basically, you're detaining me right now, okay. You're not letting me go. Am I free to go?
No.
No, I'm not free to go. Okay, so you've been detaining me for about an hour or more now. Okay, and you won't let me go, even though I've committed no crime. Okay, so you're basically going on the assumption, okay, that maybe in the past I've committed a crime or I plan to commit a crime. Okay, which I haven't done yet. So it's your personal assumption that you're asking me for my identification, my name, my address, and whatnot. Am I correct?
We would like that information
For what reason?
so that we can document who we had contact with.
Okay, a U.S. citizen.
Am I a citizen?
Yes, I would hope so.
Is that what you
I don't
asked me?
know.
Is that what you asked me?
No, I didn't ask you that.
What did
You
you ask
asked
me?
me if you were a citizen.
I thought you said, "Are you a citizen?"
Mm.
Okay,
No.
I misunderstood.
I said, you asked me how to document who I am, and I said I'm a U.S. citizen.
Oh, okay.
You asked me if you were a U.S.
misunderstood
citizen. Okay, I don't know if you're a U.S. citizen. I would hope that you were.
I misunderstood
Okay,
what you
I don't
said.
know if you need to be a U.S. citizen to have a badge on and work for the state or
I
not, do
understand
you?
that you're a U.S. citizen, but that's something that even that I can't confirm that without you.
Even if I
providing us
wasn't a
with your
U.S.
identity.
citizen, okay, I'm in the United States of America, okay, and I have the freedom unless I'm committing a crime. I'm not committing any crime. I'm not hurting anyone. Okay, there's no emergency here, okay, that, is left to discuss. I mean, I already have, court dates. I already have court dates, established with, prior tickets and everything like that. So it's all under control. Okay.
I'm sorry, with who?
With other magistrates, I have, I talk to all the judges all the time. Okay. It's a private conversation without me involved. It kind of looks like a conspiracy to indoctrinate me. I'm sorry, officer, may I get your name and badge number?
Sure, I'm Officer Huddick.
Officer Huddick, and your badge number, please?
193.
Officer Huddick, badge number 193.
All right, sir, you're good to go. You have a good night.
Okay. Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When I leave here on public roads, do you intend to pull me over or to harass me any further regarding this matter?
The answer to that question is you can and will be stopped if you turn out onto a public road with that vehicle, with it being unregistered. Okay, it's quite obvious, especially with the beware of dog.
Well, you know what? There is no other plate. Doesn't matter if I had no plate. Do you prefer I have no plate on there? What would be your suggestion? No plate?
Both really.
I mean,
obvious.
if I'm allowed to use the public roads, why are you leaving?
We always look
Why
for
are you
registration.
leaving? Why are you leaving without letting me know if I have the legal right, okay, to travel back to my home?
Have a good night, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything. You have a good night as well. I appreciate it. You have a good night now. Thank you. Be safe. Y'all be safe now. And that would be that.